friends, it's your boy Banner, and welcome to another episode of Try Bonsai. So, again, I reversed it. Anyways, what you're seeing here is a series of candle tree cuttings that I got, always Errol, got from my pal Errol. And what I intend to do with these is that I'm going to create a forest with these. Now, these are they are in very small pots, and some of them grew out of the pots. So, what is going to happen today? We have a lot of root work to do, right? And then we have some arranging to make. As you would have seen at the beginning, I was spray painting a pot that will be their new home. It may not necessarily be the permanent fixture because, and I'll show you that a bit later, the pot has a crack. The pot had a crack that I had to stick. A piece broke off completely. Anyways, so what's happening now is that we have these series of trees. I'm going to look at the number because I'm not sure. I think it's possibly 13, but some of them have 2 in a pot, and I'm not sure if this is 1 connected, if this is 1, or if this is actually 2. So if I count in pots, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 pots. However, I may have 14 plants. I don't know. We will see. So, first things first, let's organize to get these out of their respective pots, and let's see what the roots actually look like. And then we go take it from there. Well, let's see. Let me just go. So, as I am setting up my nice dirt collecting tray, a gift from Candice, Marshall Jeremy, and Jason Jeremy, my friends from Canada, I want to take the opportunity to mention the fact that my friend wrote a book, and it is on Amazon for purchase. This is a very good book for children, and we enjoy reading it actually. So Zai and I had some reading that we did, and it's very nice. It is extremely nice, you know. Oh, so this is Snow is the name of the book, written by my friend Candice Jeremy. Check it out, my friends. You could purchase it on Amazon. I did, and I got it, and it was an enjoyable read. Yeah? So, check this out, and let me get to the thing at hand. First things first, with this first one, as you can see, there are some really long roots coming out from the bottom of the pot. It has gone through the drainage holes, and in order to get it out, I have to cut these out. And there it is. It is out. So what I'm going to do, my friends, I'm going to do the same thing for each one of these, right? Taking it down to basically bare roots, and then doing some root work. But while I'm doing that, I have my bucket of water on the side so that the roots stay hydrated all the time. So while I work on each individual plant, we're going to see what is happening. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of weeds to the top, so I really don't want to carry this into the new planting, right? And as the dirt falls away from the tree, I am able to ascertain whether it's 2 or 1, and it is 2 items in 1 pot. So what I have to do is to make a very drastic decision where this is concerned, because this root is not necessarily a good rooting system at all. And I'm looking to see where there are some feeder roots where I could take this off and work on this over time, because Rome wasn't built in a day and a car just cut off the whole thing and say, well, all right, no seed. Nah, that is not how it does work. So what I'm going to do, as I said, I'm going to go through each one of these, and so far it's 14 plants. So I'm going to go through each one of these, removing what is not needed in favor of what is needed. And if I so choose, this particular species of plant grows from root cuttings. So I could always, when I cut this off, I could always replant this bit and get a new plant, So let me see. I'm going to take this at this point here, removing this, right? Leaving these roots, and I'm going to cut back these longer roots and start that development over time. So that is the happenings there, my friends. So let me go with it. Let's go. This tree's in. This is my fourth tree, and this is as confusing gets. This is wow, my friends. There's a possibility that some of these trees may die. Some may die because I'd have to take off quite a lot from some of them in order to start the development of a new rooting system. And some of them may not take too kindly to the chops that has to happen. Take, for example, this one. It comes down, right? Comes across this very big root. Comes across and it's spiraled. Everything is big. Now, this particular species has the ability to give you bulbous roots. So, what do I do with this? I can't directly plant it like this. That's a no. I can't do that. So, what I will do with this, I'm going to make a big chop, and when I plant in it, I'm going to put this in some rooting hormone, hoping that it develops new roots, because I can't, there are no feeder roots anywhere near the base of the tree at all. So let's take this away. Right? And when I take that away, there is nothing near the top of the tree. Whew. So, very big cut coming up. I have a couple of roots here. I'm going to take at this point here for now. Taking that off. What did I just take off? This very big spiral of roots. Was it the right decision to make? I don't know. At this stage, I'm trying, and I'm going to go even further and cut it flush where are going to put some rooting hormone and plant it as a cutting, hoping that something comes from it. Yeah, it has 1, 2 roots. I don't know. We will see. Friends, we're down to the last 2. As you can see, I have a lot happening here. I had a lot of tough decisions, really tough decisions to make, which ideally would dictate the survival of the trees. Some of them are going to be planted as cuttings. That's how bad it was. Some of them are going to be planted as straight out cuttings. So, this is indeed a very, very, very big challenge for me. Right? This is an extremely big challenge for me. But, let me see if I can apply some I want to say techniques. Oh wow, this is what is happening when we remove the soil and the weeds, because you have weeds like these that has some really monster roots, and I don't want this carrying forward at all. So take this as an example. Look at this. Some persons might say, hey, you know what? Peel that away, yes? Friends, there are no real roots close to the base of the tree at all. Everything comes from the end. So if I take it away cautiously, right, removing it cautiously, this is what we have happening here. Ah boy. And this, what makes it even worse, this flares up. Oh wow. So again, and I remove those. So this is what we have happening here now. And this is what I left with. Let's see how this fares out. I'm not going to remove any more from this. Although some of the others I took all off, all. Ah boy, this is the last guy, and he already is showing me that there's some big items inside this container to be removed. Circles. This is the stack of pots, my friends. I have a stack of pots now. So let's see what's going on with this fellow. Yeah. This fellow has made circles in this pot, and the soil is still moist from getting wet yesterday. all of that was removed, the roots are still nowhere near the base of the tree. It creates this very big bulb here, and as you can see, I took off a lot to try to get down to where the base of the tree is. And I don't know guys, this is ugly. For what I want to do, this is a no-go. So we're gonna have to make us yet another sacrifice. I've been making sacrifices all morning where this is concerned. So we're gonna cut this back here. Two roots, two, with a push. Two with a push, my friends. So, just for a sense of scope, this is what I had to take off. A lot of these roots, a lot of these trees have no roots. This is the bucket of items. Yeah, let me see what we can do. I get the pot, I put down a base layer of soil. I did say we were going to talk about the pot, and as I lower the camera, you can see here a crack. This entire piece came out. I got this as, well, it was made into a pot. I don't think it originally was a pot, but it was made into a pot, and this piece came off. So this had to be put back, and I took the opportunity to spray paint it with some brown paint. Right, so this is the pot, a nice square pot. Obviously with this crack I'm going to use this as the back, putting this side in front. Right, so I have a base layer of soil down here, and as I said, some of these trees have no roots, but I'm still going to put them into this planting as cuttings. They may or may not take off. This planting may survive or it may not survive. I had the greatest of ideas where this is concerned in terms of using these, which I may still do, as some kind of something. Now, it would make the planting a little bit heavier. However, I think it would add some value to it, you know. So let's see how it goes. Let me get out the trees. Let's start to make some arrangements. This, my friends, is a very big experiment. This is what you call a very, very big experiment, because this entire thing could be a failure, to be very honest with you. This could be a grandiose failure. But say what? All of that in it, we trying bonsai here, and we trying things. Yeah, so there we go. So as I take out each one of these trees, there is also something else that I need to contemplate. As it stands right now, some of them are really very tall, and I could cut them back. And I'm thinking that I just may cut back some of them, not too overly short, but probably reducing the height, making sure that I keep some green on it, not removing all of the green, but just taking away some of it. And with all of them, especially fellas like these with 2 roots and no roots, they will get a better rooting hormone to help aid in the creation of new roots. Hopefully this time around, once we're successful is going to create some roots that we could actually work with and develop over time. But right now, what I want is the creation of new roots. So with each one of these, I'm going to try to see how best I could arrange them and put them there, because I think it's more than 13 now. I think it's probably about 15, 14 or 15. So let's see what's going on. Alright, my friends, so this is what what I did. Oh my. Do I know what I'm doing? No. Did I make it up as I went along? Yes. Am I satisfied with it? So far, kinda. But what is most important is that these trees survive, and once they survive and take off, alterations could be made. Yeah. So this is the potential front, and taking this back out because this is the potential front to you. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and of course share. This is the side going around to the back, and coming back around to this side, and finally the front again. So yeah, this is it here. Let me know what you think. Let me know how you feel about it. It's cool. I think it's a good use of the multiple trees. However, it's a very young forest. What is most important is that it survives, and once it survives and it starts to mature, we could start to refine and make it better. Yeah, so that is it. It took me a few hours, my friends. A few hours, a lot of deliberation, and some very, very tough choices. Not the best material to work with or to start with, but I made the best of weird situation. If you had this material, I would love to know what you would have done with it, other than throwing it away. Let me know what you would have done with it. Of course, let me know what you think in the comments. I appreciate the comments. I appreciate the likes, the shares, and the subscriptions. To everyone who has recently joined, thank you so very, very much for joining me here on this journey. Thank you for joining Try Bonsai. I hope that you do stay and you do enjoy what I'm putting out. Other than that, my friends, it's a nice sunny day here in Trinidad and Tobago. Again, thank you so very, very much for watching. As I usually say, be good to yourself, be good to others. Treat people how you want to be treated. And always remember that our climate is our responsibility. We have an opportunity to change it for the better. If not for ourselves, but for the future generations to come. Now, I'm going to show a flyer for an upcoming show hosted by the Solari Music Center for Musical Therapy. Right? What I'm going to try to do on the next video is get an interview from the head of that organization, which should be pretty decent. Yeah? So, I will see you all soon, my friends. Take care. Bye.